In today's WWE landscape, few performers generate as much noise, frustration, and undeniable attention as Dominik Mysterio. Holding the WWE Intercontinental Championship while also reigning as AAA Mega Champion, Dominik has firmly planted himself at the center of controversy and momentum. He has not simply accepted the role of villain. He has embraced it fully, sharpening every edge of his persona until it cuts through the arena each time he appears. Comfortable in chaos, thriving on booze, and fueled by family drama, Dominik has transformed from a second-generation hopeful into one of the company's most talked-about antagonists. A major piece of that transformation lies in the most explosive claim attached to his character. Rather than stand proudly under the shadow of his father, Rey Mysterio, Dominik repeatedly insists that he is the true son of the late Eddie Guerrero. The statement is outrageous, deeply personal, and intentionally provocative. It reopens wounds that wrestling fans remember vividly and keeps the long-running feud with Rey alive with emotional intensity. By questioning his own lineage on television, Dominik turns family history into storyline gasoline. Every time he doubles down on that claim, the crowd reacts with a mixture of disbelief and anger, exactly the response a top villain seeks. The feud with Rey remains one of the most emotionally charged rivalries in WWE. What began as generational tension evolved into betrayal, confrontation, and public humiliation. Dominik's willingness to disrespect his father on screen shattered the image of a respectful legacy act and replaced it with something far more volatile. He no longer stands as Rey's successor, he positions himself as his adversary. By invoking Eddie's name, he adds another layer of historical weight. Fans who revere Eddie feel that pull instantly, and that emotional connection intensifies every promo and confrontation. Dominik's on-screen relationships have also played a massive role in building his villainous identity. For an extended period, he was aligned with Rhea Ripley, a pairing that blended intimidation with unpredictable chemistry. Rhea's commanding presence contrasted sharply with Dominik's smirking arrogance, creating a dynamic that captivated audiences. She appeared to guide and protect him while he absorbed her edge and ruthlessness. Their partnership became a cornerstone of his rise, helping solidify his transformation from uncertain competitor to confident antagonist. However, wrestling thrives on betrayal, and Dominik leaned into that tradition. Turning on Rhea Ripley marked a critical pivot in his character arc. The betrayal was not subtle, it was calculated and designed to shock. By severing that alliance, he demonstrated that loyalty means little when ambition is involved. The fallout did more than end a partnership, it expanded his villainy. The audience that once questioned whether he could stand alone received a clear answer. Dominik was not only willing to break alliances, he was eager to do so if it meant greater spotlight and control. That decision led him toward a new alliance with Liv Morgan. The shift introduced fresh tension and new narrative possibilities. Liv's energy, unpredictability, and presence beside Dominik on WWE programming added a different layer to his persona. Where Rhea projected dominance, Liv brought volatility and emotional spark. Together, they present a partnership that feels both strategic and combustible. The visual of Liv standing beside Dominik as he boasts about championships and lineage reinforces his position at the center of attention. Involvement of the Guerrero family adds another dimension entirely. Sherilyn Guerrero recently stepped into the spotlight with her own thoughts during an interview with Muscleman Malcolm. Speaking fully in character, Sherilyn addressed Dominik's relationship choices and offered her perspective on Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Her comments carried a playful tone but resonated deeply because of the Guerrero name attached to them. Whenever Guerrero speaks on wrestling matters, history echoes behind every word. Sherilyn stated that Liv Morgan earned her approval and passed what she described as her sister test. She portrayed Liv as capable, resilient, and able to handle herself in any scenario. At the same time, she joked that if Rhea Ripley had remained by Dominik's side, she might have felt intimidated. The humor in her statement did not mask the underlying message. She sees Liv as a strong presence who complements Dominik's current direction. By framing her remarks within character, Sherilyn blurred the line between reality and storyline, something wrestling has mastered for decades. She also pointed out that Dominik tends to surround himself with powerful women, referencing names like Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. According to Sherilyn, these are the kinds of personalities who can keep him grounded even as his ego expands. Her perspective suggested that Dominik thrives when challenged by strong figures rather than overshadowed by them. While the comments were playful, they reinforced the idea that Dominik's orbit is filled with dominant forces, further shaping his evolution. All of this drama unfolds while Dominik continues to defend and elevate the WWE Intercontinental Championship. The title has long been viewed as a proving ground for future main event stars, and Dominik's reign adds a layer of controversy to its lineage. He does not present himself as a fighting champion in the traditional heroic sense. Instead, he flaunts the gold, using it as evidence that his methods work. Every successful defense strengthens his argument that chaos and arrogance are effective strategies. The most recent episode of Monday Night Raw pushed his championship story forward. A #1 contenders match between Penta and El Gran Americano determined who would step up to challenge Dominik next. The match delivered high stakes and anticipation as both competitors sought an opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship. In the end, Penta secured the victory, earning a future title shot and placing Dominik's reign under immediate threat. Penta's win changes the landscape around the championship. Known for his intensity and international reputation, Penta represents a different kind of challenger. His style contrasts with Dominik's calculated antagonism, setting the stage for a clash not just of wrestling techniques, but of identities. As Dominik prepares for this defense, the narrative tension grows. Can chaos overcome precision? Can arrogance outmaneuver experience? The questions hover over the title picture as fans anticipate the confrontation. Dominik's position as both WWE Intercontinental Champion and AAA Mega Champion amplifies the stakes. Balancing multiple championships enhances his credibility even as he plays the villain. It allows him to boast that his dominance extends beyond one promotion. That dual status reinforces the image he projects, a competitor who thrives amid controversy and pressure. Rather than crumble under expectation, he uses it as fuel. What makes Dominik's journey compelling is the layered storytelling around him. Family betrayal, romantic alliances, championship ambition, and generational legacy all intersect within his character. He is not simply a villain who cheats to win. He is a figure shaped by history and defiance. By challenging Rey's legacy and invoking Eddie's memory, he ensures that every storyline carries emotional weight. By shifting alliances from Rhea to Liv, he keeps audiences guessing. By defending his championship against hungry challengers like Penta, he maintains competitive credibility. The reaction he draws from audiences confirms his success. Boos cascade through arenas whenever he speaks. Social media erupts with debate. Supporters and critics alike cannot ignore him. In professional wrestling, relevance is power, and Dominik has mastered the art of staying relevant. He understands that controversy fuels conversation, and conversation sustains spotlight. As his championship path continues, the future remains unpredictable. Penta's challenge looms. Rey's shadow lingers. The Guerrero name echoes. Liv Morgan stands beside him, while the memory of Rhea Ripley's betrayal remains fresh. Each thread weaves into a larger tapestry that defines Dominik's current era. He is no longer just a second-generation performer finding his footing. He is a central figure in WWE's ongoing narrative, commanding attention whether fans cheer or jeer. In embracing chaos, Dominik Mysterio has carved out a unique space within modern wrestling. He thrives on tension, leverages legacy, and surrounds himself with powerful allies. With championships around his waist and controversy in his wake, he continues to push his character into bolder territory. The road ahead promises further confrontation, emotional sparks, and high-stakes defenses. For now, one truth stands clear. Dominik is exactly where he wants to be, at the center of the storm, holding gold and daring the world to challenge him.